What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, DJ Anonymous with Sports Biz Music, the podcast, episode 107. And I got a very, very special guest on the show. I got my girl, Ayee Smitty. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I've been good.
How's life?
Hard.
I hear that.
You know, the marriage life is good, but the school, the doctoral,
Yeah.
ain't where it's at. But I got to push through.
Well, congratulations on your marriage, because 2019, for people my age, has not been like the year for relationships at all.
Yeah, I had to tell my homeboys. I said it was time for me. I already knew what I got. I knew what I had. And I'm like I'm a lace it on.
Yeah, that's the best part. 'Cause right now you got everybody who wants 3-4 wives.
Yeah.
Everybody wants sides.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So once you got it, I would say just hold on to it.
So before we get into the podcast and the questions and everything, introduce yourself to the people that may not know about you. You know a lot of people now. A lot of people know you.
All right, y'all. I'm your girl, Ayee Smitty, the queen of keeping it lit in every bitty, bringing 305 to every city, straight like that. I'm a host. I'm a flight attendant. I dive in music a little bit. I just started DJing 2 days ago.
Oh, for real?
I had a 30-minute lesson, and I think I'm a DJ now.
I'm trying to get back in.
What's hard?
It's
Just getting like bookends and stuff
the
like that.
bookings. You know, like when I took that break for that year, a lot of the artists were like, "Damn, bro, like where you been at?"
Yeah.
You know, then some forgot, but then when I started the podcast, they were like, "Oh snap!" Like,
You can do both if you really wanted to.
yeah, I do. Like I told everybody around me, I kind of miss DJing. I just don't want to do the house parties and stuff and all that no more. Like I want to do like the events and stuff like that. Like I want to do like if someone having an art thing or somebody having like a showcase or a fashion show or whatever. I want to do stuff like that.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Be dope. I started DJing. I've been in a couple music videos, techno, Egyptian, The Baby, and I like doing extra work for like TV shows and stuff like that. I was featured in Love and Hip Hop, Miami.
Yeah, I did see you there. I was telling my wife, like I know her.
We did see the one with me rapping.
Yeah. Where y'all was at? Little Haiti somewhere? Wynwood.
We was in Wynwood. At one of those. It was it's like a substation.
Mm-hmm.
It's closed down now. I think they have it for something else. But it was really popping. The shit was really good in there. They had us like rap with Chinese Kitty and what's his name? Mike Smith was there.
Yeah.
D-Ship was there.
Shout out to D-Ship.
Yeah, they really didn't. They really didn't include everybody that was rapping. Rihanna Perry was there and stuff. I see they cut a lot of stuff, but it was really fun. Trick Daddy is like mad cool.
Are you gonna be in a new season or no?
The one that's coming out?
Yeah.
No. I kind of took a break from it since I've been working this past year. I work for Spreaker now. And it's kind of fun. I like traveling the world. I picked up that job because I couldn't get to my castings. It was kind of hard.
You know a girl named Ashley Livingston? She worked for Spirit too.
It's about 1,000 of us. I barely know who I am working in that place, honestly. It's a lot going on.
So tell us about like your beginnings. Like what made you want to be, I guess like an octopus, have everything.
So growing up, people always told you like focus on one thing, be a master of one thing. But imagine you trying to master one thing and you fail at it.
Right.
Instead of you just pushing to where you feel like you're good, or if you want to be good at something. I never allowed someone to tell me, "Oh, you can't do that because you're supposed to be focusing on this."
Right.
And I think that's the wrong thing to kind of like instill into people. So I made sure I dedicated my whole college experience to me fixing the issues that I felt like I had. So, for example, I hated speaking in front of people. My dad used to tell me I had like a mush mouth. Like I never really opened my mouth. I always whine when I talk. So I took up communications broadcasting. I always wanted to be a journalist. When I got to school, I found out that's not what the hell I wanted to do. Like, when you have to report biased news regardless of how you feel about it, that kind of made me feel a certain type of way. So just watching the news about how they'll rather put up a black person who sounds ignorant as shit rather than that can barely tell you the story, rather than interviewing somebody that's more competent, that can relay the same message and still be black, but you rather go with the more ignorant story.
Right.
So that's what kind of bugged me about it. I ended up having a teacher, Dr. Ebo.
Right.
The African teacher I had, and I think he was teaching radio script or something like that, of that nature. And he taught me how to write out like a full podcast script. He played with our voices, like he actually wanted samples. So I think that was the most hands-on I ever got when it came to being in my communications field. And I loved everything about it. Like all my friends were artists. I was working around artists, especially around the time I met you.
Yeah.
And it was just really, it was helpful. It broke me out of my shell. And then it didn't require me to be in front of a camera. I think that was my biggest thing too. When you really haven't found yourself, and then for you to really be put out in the forefront, it kind of shows how nervous you are, kind of uncomfortable you are. So I spent my college years on trying to find myself, trying to find my style, and really just trying to perfect everything I felt like was wrong with myself. And I did. By the time I graduated, I had I had a spot on Miami Gardens radio. I had a show called Recapturing the Vision. It's like a community podcast radio station.
So you used to interview everybody that was in the community?
Well, I had a co-host, a guy who's actually over the radio. It's City of Miami, City of Miami. And the guy just basically filtered questions and ideas through me. I had basically brought in topics and stuff to talk about. We talked about community events, political things and stuff. So that was about a year. And then I went on to do the Say What show. I don't know if you know who Zarisha is.
Zarisha, that sounds familiar.
Zarisha from Strong Arm Radio.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So I got a call from her one day. Well, my friend Stanley told me that the girl Zarisha was looking for somebody to take her spot on the Say What show for Excitement Radio. Right. She gave me a call. We did a over the phone interview, and I ended up. She was like, "Okay, well, I want you to come in and just sit in, and try out the show." I came in with a girl named Teeny Lay, who was already initially on the show, and we bombed it. Like it was great. The girl said like she was so impressed about how I came in and just kind of took control and was just really, open to getting the job done and stuff like that.
And how was that like working like for a Strong Arm and stuff like that?
No, it was Excitement Radio.
I'm tripping.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Went on to work.
I know about Excitement Radio. How was that? Because I met other podcasters before that had like an amazing experience working for them. So how was that?
The ease of the show, me learning, was very easy. Me working the boards, I learned everything there. I couldn't be like more appreciative of how fast I picked up on it. How DJ Ben Hop and Shy Will, they worked with me.
Yeah, I know about Ben Hop.
Angela was really sweet to me. She was there as well. And it was just more of, I was doing, after a while I ended up doing it alone. So it became a financial burden on me to come every week. And then you have to convince, I think this is the hardest part ever being in entertainment. You have to convince people that your show is worth the money to come on and, to do an interview. So let's say our interview is probably $100. So to do all that work to convince the person, oh, this is how many listeners we have, you get to get this, you get to have that at the end of the day. It's kind of you putting your resume on the line on top of you putting your stations on the line. So I think that was my biggest challenge, really getting people in. But after the fact, it was like, oh, don't you do radio, and don't you do this, and don't you do that? So I kind of got like a reputation after for a while. Locally, I became a lot more known. I put on a lot of my friends, the local artists. So that was a really big scene for me. I really wasn't into like the mainstream music at all. So it just became an avenue not for myself, but for everyone else. I was bridging a gap between, the $1,000 that the artists feel like they have to put in just to be heard. And I'm just listening to it, and I come across your music. I'm just like, fuck that, just send me your music so I can play it. You get me? So I just think it was more about leveling out the playing field for local artists. I think that was my favorite part about it.
So quick question about that. How do you feel about the scene of Miami right now? Well, South Florida in general.
If you ask anybody, Miami is a crab bucket.
Yep.
And from hosting shows, even it don't matter how many people. It can be 100 people in the room. You ask somebody to clap, probably a fourth of them will clap. And hosting, it's like I found myself being like, that's all you got.
Right.
Like I'll ask them, that's all you got. Like this is not easy at all to come up here and try to show your talent and have everyone in the room like you.
Right.
And then even if you did a great job, only a quarter of y'all clap. That's only 3 seconds out of your life. Even if it's one clap, even if it's a consistent 5 claps, that's all we're asking for.
Right.
People look for that extra acknowledgement when they do go up there and they show themselves. And I just think you're pulling teeth, and it's just not fair to a lot of people who put out thousands of dollars into their work, especially just starting out. And then they quit because people just can't clap their hands. They can't stand up. They can't bob their head. They too cool in the club. And I think we have a Miami complex. Like impress me.
Yeah.
It's like a dance puppet dance type of thing for us.
Right.
And it's sickening.
Yeah, like people follow the trend. Like, you know, I've seen artists that have been at the peak down here, but then when something else come out, like for perfect example, like I talk about Iceberg. Then you see like the Kodak Blacks and all them come out from Broadway.
Yeah.
But a lot of people in the mainstream don't know that, you know. I tell people all the time, Iceberg is like our Pastor Troy. He's known, but he don't get that respect because of the fact that, you know, I don't know, because like the man's lyrical, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got people even with Billy Blue, that's another artist, you know, that's over there working overseas, but people think like, oh, he trash because he's not, you know, popping here, but I don't know, like I never get that.
I think that goes for like even like Zoe. Zoe's doing a lot.
Yeah.
Bushy B is now signed under Live House. And I was on Pandora the other day, and to see how much music, like Bushy B has hella music on Pandora. Iceberg now has hella music on Pandora, and I feel like it's just the way, because if we're not pushing them. I feel like they're going to, not any measure, but they have to find different ways to push themselves as an artist, and it sucks. You get me? Because you hear people all day bumping these people, but they won't go support their show. They won't go subscribe to their YouTube, and now that's what sadly matters to everybody now. When you get your money, when you want to see your numbers and stuff like that. I mean, if we know what's wrong with us.
Yeah.
I say that to shows all the time. Miami claim that we don't show love. I say, so let's see that love and let's show everybody else what they lying about. Because of course we have it. Even with us, you know, being, I guess, the new generation of the media, because we trying our best to push these artists. But even then, like even within the media side, there's a lot of favoritism. People don't even know that. Like there's a lot of politics. So me and you, we push a couple artists, that's cool, but, you know, another media outlet, it don't have to be like 99 Jams or Partner. So I'm talking about like another independent media outlet. They're not going to support it, like, oh, because I don't know that artist. Like, and that's the thing I don't like about, you know, my city. Like one of the things I don't like about it is that we show so much Southern hospitality to out-of-towners, but not to ourselves. Yeah. It's like we show our Southern like ways to other people, but down like it's like I can't even compare us to New York, because New York people ain't really, they not mean like that. They really nice people, you know. Not to me. I witness it. Like, New York people ain't nice to me. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know the way I look or whatever, but
yeah.
People, they very nice people. They talk a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I never get that.
I think if we were like in Atlanta, people could appreciate it. We have a lot of open mics, have a lot of bars, we have a lot of it, and it's just I don't know what people want to see anymore. And I think that's the most confusing thing. Like people don't want to listen to new music. They want to listen to mainstream. They want to turn on the radio and have